People over here, thank you for being here. Have you ever watched Lucifer? I haven't. You should if you haven't. I'll have to check it out. There's a 12-inch weapon in that show. Yeah, my wife was trying to tell. She was like, yeah, that's real. I was like, no, it's got to be prosthetics, right? Anyone seen Power on Netflix? I've seen. I think it was. I don't know. I can't say that I have. But that's not something that I was focusing on. I mean, the story was good. It was definitely really good. Um, you're halfway through. Okay. Anyways, let me figure this out because I need to go to live stream. Make sure I have the right um, thumbnail and everything. I'm watching you, creepy voice. That's funny. Let me see. Let me go into subscribers only. Boom. Let me also do the details here. Sure, let's add that one. That's a different thumbnail. That's a different one. Who's disliking? I don't know. People dislike all the time. It's always great. People come here just to dislike. I mean, I'm all for it. You can do whatever you want. You know? So, it's okay. Let's see what people are saying. Google Funko Pop. Cannot find it. But some $15 toys showed up. What's he talking about? Yeah, that's it. Funko Pop is uh, it's like a vinyl figure that is going to be worth. Well, it's now a lot of them are starting to get be worth a lot of money. Like there's one that I have my eye on. It's either a signed one by Tom Hiddleston, a signed Loki by Tom Hiddleston, or it's a like the most expensive, like the first, I guess, Loki pop that's out there, and it costs, or the price of it is around $6,000 right now. So it's technically an investment, and a lot of them do look like investments because they increase in value. Some of them end up decreasing in value, which you have a lot of them make up that. Like right now, I have a couple of them that are worth $100, $200, but I don't really have any that are worth that much, and I want one that's probably signed by Tom Hiddleston. That would be great. If I was minding my own business, overheard a 22-year-old niece talking about. Remember her as a little girl? Yeah, that's bad, but she's grown, right? So, um, anyways, dude, you have to admit I'm always here. You are always here. Thank you for being here. Now, where's Kenny G? Where's this Kenny G video? It's on my Discord, in my Discord, but it's from 2013 from what I see. I would have to, I hope that's what you're talking about. Literally talks for an hour, inner workings of Citadel in the downturn 8 years ago. Paper-handed Portnoy and his friends dislike. Yeah, I guess. Sad people, man. Yeah, I guess. It's like he knew he would be the reason the market is corrupt. He did know that. That's what they said about Beanie Babies and Furbies. Yeah, I mean that's what they said about it, but now you're tying something like this, like the pops, to like shows and iconic movies, iconic characters, and it's something a little bit different than just Beanie Babies and Furbies. Like Furbies are not tied to anything. Beanie Babies are not tied to anything. Like Pokemon. Pokemon is tied to, the Pokemon show, and now you can get like a Beckett 10 grade Charizard for like $1 million. So, and there's only like 3 in the world, and that's where it's like the Loki Funko Pop that I was looking at. There's only 480 made in the world, so it's something of a limited release. It was like comics and sports cards. They are worth all over the place. Conditions and rare ones can be money. Yeah, definitely. That's why I think of it as an investment. I mean, you start buying the ones that are coming out now, and I understand that some of them have like bigger releases, but when you get some of the older ones, you're definitely getting some like some good investments there. I saw news about the new CFO of AMC asking to have all the money on the table. Did you hear anything about it, and how that can affect it? To have all the money in the table or on the table? I don't know what that means. If I know what it meant, then I could tell you like how it will affect it. This trend comes and goes every 10 to 25 years. I don't know about that. I mean, Pokemon has always been worth quite a bit of money. AMC is currently at, if we're looking at AMC's price right now, currently at $41.04. It's up 26 cents, or 0.64%. We're going to see SOS. It's actually up 19%, up to $3.27. That's great to see because I needed SOS to make a move. This morning, it actually jumped up to 380, very close to my cost basis of 396. And that would have been great to find like some form of resistance. Maybe, pull out and then get back in. Because that's what I'm always looking for, is that ability to pull out of the position and then buy back into that position. Because I'm looking for the lowest point, but I'm invested not at the highest point, kind of mid-level or mid-tier. Price prediction for AMC, I don't have that yet. It's still early. It's still 612, so you can't really figure out where they're moving. Because if I look at AMC right now, really, you just had a little bit of a dip, and then it started to increase off of 39. I'm upset that it broke 39, making me think that it will break 39 in the market open, or it will break 40 in the market open. And it went up to about $41.60 to where it started to fall and level out. So it's not really showing you a lot of data, a lot of movement right now. So that's not something where I can give a price prediction for the day, even though, it's very tough to give a price prediction anyways. Yesterday, I think, went pretty smoothly when it came to the end. I thought we were going to finish around 42, like I said. Pokemon cards were cheap 2 to 3 years ago versus recent prices. I wouldn't say cheap. They were cheap compared to recent prices. A lot of the recent prices, there's been a lot of hype that's coming to that industry. So yes, they've been more expensive now than they've ever been before. But 2 or 3 years ago, they were still expensive. You could still pay quite a bit for PSA 10 Charizard or PSA 9 Charizard. Which that's, I mean, the card that you want. I don't know why last night I literally had the longest dream of like going to a garage sale and finding the Loki pop that I actually wanted and only paying $10 for it. I don't know why I had the longest dream. I think because I was on eBay yesterday and I was checking out a bunch of different things. So yeah, there's a couple of them that actually have that cost quite a bit of money. Like the um, Avengers 16 Loki, I guess from Comic Con, there was only 480 480 pieces that were made. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. There's one that's listed for 3,250. Hold on a second. Why? Item possibly dented by way of creases and dents, dings, corners dinged. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to look at that. You really want that low key pop? Yes, yes, I do. Also, be careful for fake sales too. Yeah, I know what you mean. I obviously only go through sellers that have, um, you know, like a lot of reviews and positive feedback and all that stuff. Like right now, the one that I'm looking at, obviously they're telling me the truth, showing me all the detail and how the corners are like dinged a little bit. I wish it was in perfect condition, but that's hmm. Maybe I can pay 2,700. If I could pay 2,500, that would be good because I think this is really low. I think 3,000 is really low. Anyways, hopefully that person doesn't see what I'm talking about here. Matt, are you checking to make sure it's real and sold prices are not asking for prices on eBay? Yeah, typically I look for a lot of that stuff. I look for the sellers and the positive experience. It's 100% positive experience with 8,282 reviews, or sorry, 8,282. I guess reviews there. Either reviews or stars, one of the two. But I also look at other items as well. So I'm going to keep that watching. Anyways, we're currently sitting up 1% for AMC right now. Up 1%. So we're making a little bit of a move, a slight move, not a crazy move. Like I said, SOS is up 18%. Let's look at GME. I can only stream until 8:15 today because I have a meeting at 8:30 that I have to get to and figure that stuff out. Gotta love meetings. Hey, if I was getting more viewers over here, who knows if that would even be a thing. Why the dislikes? I mean, people have dislikes. They dislike things. How many dislikes do we have? I have a complete Naruto set. Good investment so far. That's great. Investments. There are so many forms of investments that it's amazing. You should really look into Tesla Safe and Rice. They have a new partner launching. like I said, I have looked into it. I just haven't ever went on a platform to where I can get it. That's the issue. Is right now I'm creating too many platforms in order to get too many, cryptocurrency. And I would say that I looked into it and it looks amazing. Tesla Safe looks like it grows in a consistent rate, sort of like an ETF. So I like the position. I'm just not going to get another platform. So I'm going to stick to the platforms that I have. But I do like the way that it's moving. Morning, Matt, and all hope to break and stay above 46.85, my cost average. Yeah, that would be great to break above that. I made money on a call option yesterday. Sold the call option somewhere close to the peak and made about $800 on it. So technically the first call option that I had expired worthless, and that was a loss of about a loss of about $400. So I really only made about $400 on like total options on AMC so far. But still, I was able to put that back into longer options, and we're going to let those play out. Now there's 18 dislikes. 18 dislikes and 63 likes. Wow. Guys, we have 177 people in here. Hit the like button. If you hit the like button, it kind of negates it anyways. Do you have Trust Wallet? I do. I do have Trust Wallet. I send you a link. You can buy it on Pancake Swap. Okay. All right. I'll have to look into that. Okay. You just sent me a link now, or you sent me a link a while ago. Oh, now you just sent me a link. Okay. I'll have to remember that. I know I have a lot of things going on today, but I'm gonna have to remember that. Thank you. Can you buy crypto with Trust Wallet? I think you just basically transfer, so you just swap it. It looks like GME is down 1%. It's down to 183 after being up to 190 something. That's crazy. But AMC is moving up. Anything I recommend people invest in a little silver and a little gold, and it's always been worth money. Yeah, it has always been worth money. I haven't really gotten into it. Well, Joey started at his worth $500 now. I had one when I was a kid. Yeah, it's crazy the things that are like these investments. Like people think that they may end up being, like it's like childish or whatever to have all that stuff, but I see them as like investments, and I mean it's something that I love Marvel. So 46 is also my average. Yeah, it seems like a popular average. My average is 26, so I'm sitting in a good spot. We getting a gamma squeeze today, 200 midday. Always coming in clutch. I was 100% on my $66 call, but went to sell and then realized I had 2 day trades already, so I gotta wait. Yeah, that sucks. Do you have less? I guess you have less than 25,000 in your account. We getting a gamma squeeze today. I just read that. Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, RB Smith. Thank you for being here. Is an absolute must to get out of Robinhood before the squeeze. I wouldn't say it's absolute must. It's something that you will be limiting yourself, because I feel like Robinhood will be the first to restrict in any way. My average is $19.22 with basically hundreds of shares. Matt, thoughts on ZOM? I don't know why I keep getting all these damn Notifications. Just stop with the damn notifications. Bothers the hell out of me. So Zom, I'm still sitting on believing that we're gonna see some good moves with Zomedica, but right now we're still seeing spotty movement. We're not seeing enough volume. I would imagine we're still seeing a good amount of shorts that are going through. So if I duplicate this and then look at, I guess I'll go over here. That's where my computer is. Yesterday, or I guess it was the day before, because I don't know what the hell they're doing with Fintel with this data, because it's always a day behind. But the 20th they shorted 40%. Yesterday they shorted 44%. So they're shorting a hefty amount of the total volume for Zomedica, and they're just looking to push this price down. They don't believe that it's at those levels. So I think the Zomedica, once we see less shorting going on and we see more buy volume go into it, it's going to be really, really big. You're going to see this hit levels that you wouldn't even have believed that it could have hit. And with 7,000 shares, I think it's going to get to a good point. I hope we can see it get to $5. Obviously, I'm going to be pushing for it to get to higher and higher numbers, but you never really know. So we'll see. Who can possibly dislike the Barry White tones of Matthew Perry? People can, I guess. Matt, I invested in actual silver coins and 1 ounce silver bars. What are your thoughts? I mean, I have no thoughts on silver, gold. Like, I have no real thoughts on them. I understand that they were moving, after GME was moving. I don't know why, just people pushing silver. But yeah, I have really no thoughts. I've never invested in silver or gold or anything like that. So I'm sorry I can't help you out there, but never invested in it. How do you know we get into 200 gamma squeeze? It's his thing. He comes through and says, we're getting to 200 today, and one day it's going to hit. One day it is. But I don't know about today. My average is XXX with XXX shares. I'm not trying to give out any information. I have 150 shares at 53. Okay, so you're sitting at a pretty high spot. Have you had a chance to average down, or were you at a higher point and you did average down? 300 at 46, not bad. 315 at 922. Why are you streaming in 2 different channels? So you're allowed to stream in 3 different channels if you wanted to. This one's a more personal aspect to it if you're on the go type of thing. And also, if you're not a subscriber of that channel, you can, be over here. Also, I do members only over here. So anybody that wants to talk that's not a member, they can, chat over here. So that's usually what it's all about. Can they short forever? They can short for a long period of time because it seems like they're not getting punished too much. So for like either AMC or GME or whatever, they can short for as long as they want. It's just we need some form of squeezing them out of the position, and the way of squeezing them out of position is, buying up as much as we can. Letting that price increase, not giving up, and eventually they will give up. Whether it's 3 years down the line, they'll end up giving up. We could be talking about this for a long time, and we'll see it up in like the 300s for a while, which wouldn't make sense for hedge funds to just let it happen. But if they're already losing, then they're just going to sit on those shorts. They're not paying a crazy amount in interest, so they're just going to sit on them. Holding with my New Zealand ape family. Good morning, brother. May I ask your thoughts on AMC's price action for the day? good entry point and levels of resistance we can look for. Thanks for your work. Best of luck to the market. So I would say a level of support that we probably want to focus on is definitely that $40 level, because it did break 40 in the pre-market. So you've seen it drop down and break that 40 barrier, and I'm hoping that we can see it, hold above there for the market open. That's definitely something we need to focus on for a low point. But I think we are going to have some form of a bounce there. But I would say we probably, even though we did break past 45, we're probably going to see that same level of resistance again, away from 45, even though we did break past it. Right, we have other levels as we go up higher than that, but I think we need to focus on the $45 level first before we can see that make that move. I know towards the end of the day, I really didn't look into this too much, but I know towards the end of the day, we started to see lower and lower levels, and we're looking for different points that we could resist from. Let me go ahead and break this down by the day. Come on. It's horrid. I would say we'll probably find a way to resist somewhere around that $42 level. So definitely keep an eye out for $40 level as a support. Hopefully we can hold that. What's going on here? Am I lagging or am I good? Am I good? Let me know if I'm good, because I can't see a damn thing. Wow, 144p for a second. Yeah, you're back. You're good. Okay, perfect. I wouldn't say perfect, but it does look like it's showing 144p. MP shorts. What's share price? Will you be tempted to sell your 900 AMC shares at 500 or 1,000? So to sell all of them, I mean, what is going on up there? She's like stomping around. I don't know what the hell's going on up there. I would say Coors is selling out. You were what? You were the wave. I hope I'm the wave, but I don't think that's the case here. But yeah, where would I most likely sell at? So if you don't know, I have multiple places to where I am going to make some sells, and it may be I pull out 50 or 100 at 120, and do watch that pull back a little bit, and then end up putting probably that 100 back in there with gaining about $3,000 or so, or whatever, depending how low it goes. But I have points to where I am going to sell my position, not all my positions, but just some of my positions. But it's not going to be at just one single point. I'm not going to sell 900 shares at $500 or $1,000. It's going to be a lot higher than that, to where I actually hold about 500 more shares, probably well over $1,000. $1,000 is the floor. Can you explain a good exit strategy, please? Kenny Griff's personal bum. I never know if I can trust anything that has Ken Griff's name in it. But I will sell half my position at 1 million. Let's hit 100 first, though. Yeah, I know. That's what we need to know. We don't spread FUD or gossip about others. You'll be removed. So, sorry, we don't do that here. No FUD. Yep. So I would say, wait, what was I getting at here? Can you explain a good exit strategy? So a good exit strategy, I think, for this overall squeeze, since we don't know, the unknown is what the platforms are going to do, because we know it's going to get to higher and higher numbers eventually, right? We're holding for all of these. We're holding for this to squeeze to big numbers, huge numbers, because we know that they're heavily shorting this, right? So the exit strategy is all dependent on if the platform will hold up. So you don't want that unknown. And if you do have that unknown, you want to make sure that you are prepared for it. You are making money in the meantime. You're not going to lose everything. So what I would do, and what I talked about before, is literally just taking certain spots, picking out certain spots, and not looking at any spots that I choose, any spots that anybody else chooses, but just finding the most popular spots to where you see a potential pullback from. And then what you could do is, maybe pull out some of your positions so that you do cover your initial investment plus a little bit of profit. And then as you go up, you stagger those buys with maybe less and less shares. So as it goes up to, $100, maybe you'll sell 100 shares at that point, right? Then if it goes back down, you can put in more money if you wanted to, but you covered a comfortable bit, right? But then you go up higher. Let's say you go up to $500. Now you don't want to sell 100 shares. You sell 20 shares or 50 shares or whatever. And then, if it comes back, you obviously make your move back in there to where you can increase your share count. But ultimately, you want to cover your initial investment plus profit. Everything else then will be gravy, and you don't have to worry about it. Because what I notice is a lot of people will say, oh, well, sorry, I got caught reading something and now I totally forgot where I was. Jesus. I literally lost my train of thought. Here we go again. I have no idea. I'm trying to find the thing so I can get back to what I was talking about. But that's why the chat shouldn't come into play. I get caught reading something and then I totally forget what the hell I was talking about. A lot of people will say, stop smoking so much. I don't smoke at all, but it's funny. What's Carl's cost basis? He doesn't have AMC, but I wonder what his portfolio looks like actually, because I did look at that recently. This is not my Okay, let's see. Let's see what Carl's portfolio looks like. I know I was talking about exit strategies. I just don't know where I was with exit strategies. I really don't know where I was. It's so bad, especially early in the morning. It looks like his overall portfolio is now, it's down by 1%. It was up by 14% a while ago. It's now down. The only thing that is up right now is MVIS. So he has a total of $410 in the market. Yeah. He has a total of $410 in the market. I'm down on American Airlines, Body, which was FRX that merged with Beachbody. Krispy Kreme Donut, which was just a recent one, and MVIS. And it seems like the only thing that is up about $10 or 7% is MVIS. Body is down 11%. American Airlines is down 0.08%. Krispy Kreme Donut is down about 5.5% from the time of investing. So a lot of things are down. This is not looking amazing for Carl's portfolio. It's just random stocks that we are picking to see if he can beat a standard index fund. And it's not really looking that way. So Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. Matt, what broker do you use? I use plenty of brokers, but this right here is you're saying brokerage accounts, but this right here is Webull. This is Webull Desktop 5.1. So yeah, because I'm about to head to work, but I'll try not taking out your initial investment. You were talking about locking profits in the way up and the way down. Yeah, I know. That's basically the sense of the exit strategy, but I have no idea where I was. It looks like AMC is starting to come back a little bit. It's at $40.97, 0.47%. I'm not even going to try and remember. So that's where that's going to stand. My mind is not even thinking about it anymore. We need another person to help. Let's talk about initial investment. Biden moment. I mean, it's just that seems like just a Matt Perry moment, because I've had that happen to me 3 times already. Carl's cost average is $1.29. He came back from the 31st century to be Matt's financial advisor. Pretty sure he's a variant of Kang. Oh, that's good. That's funny. Up to Matt and who he knows is consistent. You're talking about selling to take your initial investment and profit to increase shares. Plenty of brokers. My favorite. I'd ban those hedgy folks faster than anything. Why didn't you get some AMC for Carl? It's a random stock pick, so it's not something where we can choose it. If we can choose it, then yes, I would have put some AMC in there, but it really doesn't make sense anyways. I would have just put them in my regular portfolio. But it's a random stock pick, so now it's actually Carl's calls and Daisy's decisions, because Carl sometimes doesn't want to cooperate with me, and he doesn't even want to get up. So if Daisy comes over and grabs some, as you could see in the last video that I uploaded on Patreon, you're going to see that Daisy chose it. So it's both of them, because Carl likes to be stubborn and have an attitude. Remember when people bought the wrong AMC stock, AMCX? I think people still do it. Anything that goes up, people are going to look into as an opportunity to buy. That's just how it goes. Whoever asked about an exit strategy, go watch its exit strategy video. Yes, I have a whole video on exit strategies, which I will create more, just because I want to get that word out there. This is where the exit strategy should be and all that. So do you have some videos of Carl picking stocks? Yes. So basically I put treats near the stocks, and whatever one he goes for first, that's the one that we invest in. So yes. Matt, we need to give you we need to give the power to another as well, but we don't know who. Matt, are you a financial advisor? I'm not a financial advisor. My job is a financial analyst. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Yes, we do need to make somebody else a moderator. Does anybody want to become a moderator? Anybody that's a member? I guess I'm going to close this up to members only anyways, but still. It's rigged. He puts Carl's favorite treats on the stocks he likes. Saw it on Reddit. Carl spilled the beans. No, that's not it. Where's the mainstream? It's on my Matthew Perry channel. So if you type in Matthew Perry, my channel should come up. It's either me or the guy from Friends. So most likely I think I will come up because I have a YouTube channel and Matthew Perry does not. But yeah, if you search Matthew Perry on YouTube, you'll find it. Or if you go to my channel here and click on, it should be in like the banner, you'll see like main channel, and then you'll be able to select that. I got 3. I'm wondering why SOS went up like this. It just does. I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people will say negative things about SOS because, you know, a Chinese crypto mining company, right? And the fact that, you know, they're not really, you know, that fond on, said Kenny G. They're not that fond of you know, crypto. They always say, you know, don't invest in these companies, but that makes me want to invest in them more because you start seeing the negativity behind it, which will push people to buy up the position to do the complete opposite. And that's exactly what we are seeing. And I think we could see something a lot bigger with that as well. I hold 2,000 shares of that, and I believe that it can go a lot higher. Sounds good. You trust them. Good for me. Imagine making Kenny G a mod of the channel. Yeah. Matt, give the power to all 3. Give the power. You now have the power. Yeah, you now have the power. So SOS be over shorted. Let's check their information here. Let's look at this. So we're gonna go to this. We're gonna duplicate this, and we're just gonna type in SOS to see how shorted they are. I know they were at one point. They're not over shorted, but about 10%, 18.58 million. So it's not huge. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go, man? I don't know where he went. They're not crazy over shorted, or they're not over shorted at all. They're just shorted a little bit. Testing. Done right. If we ever need another mod. Okay. Sounds good. This is not the live or channel. I have 2 that's going on. So I have my main Matthew Perry channel, and then I have this channel for anybody that's not a member on the Matthew Perry channel. You know, you won't be able to comment. So if you come over here, you'll be able to comment and ask me questions. My friends do be coming up all drugged out. I don't know what that's all about. Good morning, bro. Good morning, Chris. Thank you for being here. See you, bro. All right, see you later, Chef Hood. Thank you for stopping by. Matt, I need your godly predictions for today. So, right now, what is it? It's almost 7 o'clock. I wouldn't say I have a godly prediction at all. I did talk about that we would see it probably test that 40 number. I hope that we don't see it break past there, even though in the pre-market we have seen it break it. Just know that if we see some sort of negative move, depending on what the end of the pre-market does, and I know we still have a while in here, we still have basically, what, 2.5 hours? Is that right? Stop, Carl. 2.5 hours. So giving a prediction now without seeing exactly where it can get to. So I would say, 7:30, 7:45 would be a time to where I would give that full prediction of where I feel it's going to go. But remember, this is not financial advice, and I'm not going to tell you exactly when to sell or when to buy or anything like that. And it's not guaranteed that it's going to play out that way. I've had a number of times where it didn't play out that way. Yesterday, it didn't go to the low that I thought. It did end up resisting at the higher highs. I thought it would resist a little bit closer to 45, but it surpassed 45, resisted at 46.50. But then it closed below where I thought it was going to close. I thought it was going to close at 42. It closed at about 41. I'm waiting for the test of 45 to hope it holds. Yeah, I'm waiting for that as well. Forgot to mention I'm multitasking, trying to clean it a bit and get the garbage out this morning. Thrilling. Yep, I missed my trash day last week, which I was pissed because my garage that doubles as a gym and a golf simulator now really can't be used because it just smells like trash in there. So my trash day is tomorrow. Well, technically I got to put it out tonight, and I got to make sure that I put it out tonight, because if I miss this trash day, it's going to be like a dump in my garage, and it's not a thing. But yeah, right now we look at go put it out now. I'll put it out after my meeting. Or if it's up 6%, that's good. It's really good. Dusty PS5. Yeah, that's what I meant, but I got to put the trash out. I'm actually putting the PS5 out on the curb because it's trash. No, I'm just joking. I haven't. Oh, Matthew Perry's Dusty's PS5. Someone changed their name to that. Oh, okay. Because I don't use it. Could the mother of all short squeezes really be triggered if GME pays out dividends? And if so, why? Well, if GME starts to pay out dividends, then that means that the short sellers that hold those shorts have to pay out those dividends. So that's the issue there. It's basically like a form of them paying interest, and interest is the thing that squeezes people out of positions, squeezes short sellers out of positions, and that's what we're going to see there. So that would be a reason why we would see a run up in GME. Now, I don't think that'll be the case to where everything plays out. I think, and I hope this doesn't, people don't get upset at me, but I think that AMC is going to be a bigger short squeeze than GME. So I think they're going to be large, but I think AMC is going to be a larger short squeeze than GME. It's Xbox. Please, no problem. I saved one of your fellow ER nurses tonight. You agree? It's great to hear. Ooh. More shares equals more explosions. Technically, I would go the opposite way. So the less the shares equals a higher price that you can get to without really worrying about the market cap, even though we're not really factoring in the market cap. So typically that's what we're looking at. I would say the reason why I think AMC is going to squeeze a lot higher than GME is because I feel like they're illegally shorting a lot more than they are with GME. Does that make sense? Thank you, Matthew Perry's Dusty PS5, for becoming a member. Yeah, so just know that for companies that have less shares, it creates more price fluctuation. So it can actually move quite a bit, and it has a possibility of holding more shares. Like they can hold 80% or 90% if they wanted to, if you have less shares. But if you have more shares, it's very difficult for you to hold 90% because that means that more people have to hold more shares, or those same people have to buy double the amount of shares that they were holding. In your time investing, have you seen many companies squeeze? Not many. No, I've seen rapid increases, but not squeezes. I mean, there's not a lot in history. If you look at the history of short squeezes, I mean, you can pretty much count them. And I may be speaking out a line here, and I hesitated a little bit because I don't know the answer to that. But if you look at the recent history of short squeezes, you can count them on like one hand, right? So it's not something where you're looking for everything to squeeze. That's where I hear it's like, oh, Clove is going to squeeze. Oh, MRIN is going to squeeze. This is going to squeeze. This is going to squeeze. But a squeeze consists of so many different things, not just the amount of shorted shares that are out there, but you're also factoring in the amount of people that are holding the position, the amount that they're paying on their interest in any way. How can they be squeezed out of their position? That's really, you're looking at so many different things, so many different factors. So basically the thing with the highest motherboard short squeeze trigger potential would be a market crash or FOMO. Yeah, I don't get what you're saying here. So basically the things with the highest mother of all short squeeze trigger potential would be a market crash or FOMO. No. Basically the highest, or the highest mother of all short squeeze potential positions would be the positions that have the lowest outstanding shares and the highest shorted volume. So like say, even if MRIN would become a short squeeze potential, you would have had to have everybody buy up the position at one point while they had all of those shorts out there. If you had so many people buy up the position to where they shorted it over 100% and were buying up 80% of the stock, then yes, you would have seen that increase a rapid amount. But we've seen it increase a decent amount, not a short squeeze amount. But that's the thing, is that you see things that are heavily shorted, but you need more people that are holding the position. It all depends on the timeline of how long they're holding. Basically, that's why I always look at, if I look at crypto, I try and compare that. I want to know the typical hold time. And I don't know if you can figure out the typical hold time with stocks, but for crypto, you can see that they're holding for like 37 days or 60 days or something like that. You want to see that they're holding for a long period of time before you can consider that a squeeze. Matt, what are your thoughts on HCMC? I hold HCMC, and from what I understand, a lot of the movement in previous previous years or dates or whatever was I believe a reverse stock split, a series of reverse stock splits, to where it increased the stock to like hundreds of thousands of dollars, but really you had less shares. So basically it's like if you owned 1,500 shares, it's like you owned a fraction of a share at that point. Low volume in PM so far. So yeah, for me, it's showing AMC is around 151,000 shares worth of volume. I would imagine we're going to see a couple of kicks in the next like minute or so. We should see a kick. Yeah, we see about 400. Yeah, that's nothing. 414 shares worth of volume at 701, which typically we'll see a higher amount that goes through. We'll probably see some more at 801, but hopefully. Sorry, I meant the highest squeeze trigger potential specifically for GME and AMC as of right now. So the one with the most would be the market crash or FOMO. Yeah, I'm still struggling with that because I think any position that has a high short squeeze potential. Sorry, I'm trying to fix this. Fix this camera. Any position that has high short squeeze potential, like AMC, the one that has the most potential will probably be the one that, we're holding the most, right? We're holding what 80% or so of the position. I don't know how much we're really holding of GME, but I would imagine it's a lot because it still has that short squeeze potential. And then also the amount of potential shorted shares that's out there, and we're just guesstimating that there's hundreds of millions of shares out there. Volkswagen, GME, what other squeezes in our lifetime? So GME wasn't even a squeeze yet. It was supposed to be a squeeze, but let's look at it. Yeah, so there's something that came out on Reddit talking about not every stock is a short squeeze. So there's always people that are saying, "Oh, is this a short squeeze? Is this short squeeze potential?" Yeah, yeah. I don't know of all of the short squeezes that are there. Oh, come on. Go to Google. How many short? No, I don't need to know the code. It's not giving me any pure short squeezes. Mm. Yeah, see, I mean, some of them have a different definition of short squeeze, which a short squeeze should be a lot higher than that. I think a short squeeze should be somewhere around, you would see like maybe 50 to 100x. 50 to 100x, and then you would see that really squeeze. So, one thing I don't understand is if no one knows how many potential illegal shares there are, how do we know other companies are not highly shorting it? Highly shorted illegally, and AMC and GME has a higher number. So we don't know that. We don't. We can see other positions that are decreasing, and we really don't know if they are being heavily shorted. A lot of times they like to pick companies that don't really do well financially, and then you'll see the stock price decrease a hell of a lot. Some that are heavily shorted. What I don't understand, and I don't know how to get to these numbers, eventually I will, is if we're looking at the Ortex data and breaking down how many shares are coming in versus going out, how many shares we're borrowing, right? Also, how can we figure out just how many shares they are shorting? Because let's say they borrow 2 million shares, right, and they return 2 million shares. Well, that's basically a break even, right? There should be zero shorts that go through. Well, no, that's not the case. They can short as much as they want as long as they borrowed the shares, I guess. So they borrowed the shares ahead of time, and then what you're seeing is that now they're shorting 56 million shares worth of volume in one day, or 60 million shares worth of volume in another day, and only returning 2 million. How is that not equal to being shorted 100 million shares? Looking at the estimated shorts that go through, how is that not telling you that it should say 100 million shares for those 2 days, and the overall total should be plus 100 million shares? Do you know what I mean? Or plus 98 million shares, if that's what you want to look at it as. Have you heard of SIP token? Would you mind taking a look if you have a chance? I haven't heard of SIP token, but I will look at it. I'm so tired. I need to start going to sleep a little bit sooner. But I'm not. I don't see anything here. Go to CoinMarketCap maybe? Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything on that. Maybe on PooCoin. Yeah, there's probably different platforms that I'm not able to see things on, but that's definitely a possibility. Okay, thanks. It's the calculations we're being given are not adding up, which is showing the potential. Yeah. So yeah, we're looking at a lot of the stuff that is in front of our face, and we try and add up everything. We understand that all of their what they say is the reasoning behind it is that it's estimated. It's like, okay, Ortex is estimated short interest. Say that this updated. See, like the shorted shares at 73 million, that doesn't make sense. How are they shorting 51.6 million shares and they returned like 9 million shares? That should have increased the amount of shares in total, amount of shorted shares in total to, 100 plus million. I don't understand it. I really don't. Because if they're shorting the shares, they, in order to return them, you have to cover. Am I right by saying that? And I feel like I'm totally missing something here. Right? If they're shorting 51.6 million shares out of 157 million, or 32%, you would think that they would be adding on shorted shares. but they're not. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. It really kind of makes me upset because I like numbers to work out, but it's not really working out. Um, this is for non-members to comment. Yes, it's for non-members to comment. I thought the clearing issue 2 days that adds to the lack of transparency. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that add to lack of transparency, which is just ridiculous. Remember, guys, I can only go until 8:15 today. It seems like we're not getting a lot of views today, but I'm okay with it. I appreciate the conversations. I appreciate people being here. Please look into Tesla Safe and the number one performing crypto since April 2021, building the first ever hyper deflation ecosystem in the world. Fusion team, thank you. I'm new here. God bless. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. And I have looked into Tesla Safe, and I'm going to be looking into it a little bit more because from what I hear, I can make a move on Pancake Swap. So I'll figure that out. And I do like the way that it moves consistently, sort of like an ETF. So yes, I will definitely check it out. You're over on Twitch. It's good. All right. Well, that was a while ago. Thank you for being over on Twitch. We got one person viewing on Twitch, 21 people over on the MP Shorts channel. How is UT going down if they're shorting 50 million shares a day? Yeah, that's what I mean. I literally don't understand it. It makes no sense whatsoever. If they're shorting 50 million, 29 million, 20, 41 million, whatever, we should see a lot of this data go up. We should see a lot of this data right here go up. This is all estimated. One day, this is just going to pop to levels of like 200 million or 300 million, and we're going to see the real numbers that are supposed to be there. So when they show return shares and borrowed shares, it just bothers me because it's in the single digit millions versus 50 million that they're shorting or 40 million that they're shorting. Got that super chat bonus with Tesla Safe. Yeah. Now, what does your shirt have on it? The picture, I mean, it's WandaVision. This is the TV show from Disney Plus. Wanda Maximoff, Vision. You know, that's what it is. My dude Matt is diverse. They diversified. Streams everywhere. Yes. Stream on 2 streams on YouTube, 1 stream on Twitch. Would have actually streamed on another channel if I wanted to, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I was thinking about doing like some like reaction streams as well. Do a stream on Twitch with like a different reaction and then post that on my reaction channel. What if they are naked shorting tens of millions of shares? It seems like they are every single day, and in 2 days, it seems like they've naked shorted or illegally shorted over 100 million shares because we're not seeing it pop up over here. Anybody see MMAT squeeze yesterday? I mean, increase went up 30%. That's not a squeeze, but yes, I have seen it. I didn't see it go up 30%, but and then was shorted 158% to bring it down. market manipulation in AMC and many other stocks. So you're saying that it would have gone higher if they didn't short it to bring it down. Yeah, I would say so. You need more people to hold on to that position in order for that to be a squeeze potential, you know? And a lot of people, what's going to happen is people will hold on to a, like, you know, the position that they're on, like say AMC will hold on to this position because that has the most squeeze potential right now. And until that actually squeezes, nobody's going to move on to a different play. Because what they're trying to do is if people start to move on to different plays and see things at lower prices, they will start to spread things out. And they notice that when you start to spread things out, then you don't have as much room to gain a lot from the system, so they can heavily short it and then make other people sell, which will decrease the price a crazy amount. So correct me if I'm wrong, but it says above the number, it's not every market. Dark pools, etc., are not included. Where? Where does it say not from every market up here? I know you only have like 80 to 85% of the data. I think that's it. On my last screen. I don't know. I don't know where you're talking about. I found the right stream. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Did you notice near the end of the day price just slowly declined like an algo? Yeah. Well, that's what they do. That's what I've been telling people the whole entire time. You can see it go to higher and higher prices, but what will happen is it gets to these high prices and then all of a sudden starts to fall off. It slowly falls off because they have an algorithm in place that sets them up to short to a certain price or short to a limit and then also short to a certain price. So they were on the day that we increased 24%. I guarantee that they had something set up to where they were looking for us to lose about 2% or something, or even just gain 1%. But there were some heavy buys that were going in place, and I would imagine that they had a cutoff at about 57 million shares that they wanted to short or something. So that's why it was cut off where it was, and we've seen it increase 24%. My fear with the squeeze is TD Ameritrade starts at 7 a.m. If you don't have Webull, the high points of the AMC squeeze could be in the after hours when we want to sell. The line will be huge. Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. It's still going to be difficult for people to get out of their position because the after hours market is less liquid. The people that have the easiest way to get out of a position and in a position are hedge funds. I have tried to buy and sell 100 shares multiple times, and I never got all of them filled. Partial? Yes. Never got all of them filled. This is ridiculous. The SEC should have access to all this data. They do have access to all this data, but are they going to do something about it? No, because they put the most money into the markets. We put the least amount of money into the markets, right? Individually. Just turning a blind eye. Yeah, that's basically what it is. They are physically blind. Yes, they don't see anything. I've touched up on eyes yet. Just curious if I may have missed the party. I have not. I didn't know eyes was making a move. I still have it on my popular list, but it's up 18%. That's really, really good. It is decreasing right now. Did you miss the party? This is where I talk about the after hours market and why it's such like BS, right? Because you see how this makes a move. It closes at $4.32, right? Then ends up increasing to about $6.33, and then it hits its high point in the after hours market where most people can't end up getting out of the position besides hedge funds and people with a lot of money and their own brokers and everything like that. You start to see this decrease, start to see it decline, and continue to decline until it gets close to where this point is. Maybe it'll get down to, instead of 430, it'll get down to 450. So it's basically a very small gain. Now you might end up gaining in the market open with FOMO buying that's coming into play, but I would imagine that you're probably going to see it, dip down and not actually gain what you thought it was going to gain. And I think you may have just missed the boat. So I wouldn't put any money into it because it's on the way down. But if you truly do want to make that move and take that chance, just make sure you limit your losses by setting a stop loss of like 20% of what your profit target would be. I like Carl. Carl's my favorite. What up? What up? How we sitting so far today? Let's look at it because I've been distracted a little bit. Let's look at AMC. AMC is at 0.25% up. It's at $40.88. Not really the best. We did see it resist. I thought it would resist closer to the 140, but I guess 150 was a resistance point. 41.50. That's what I meant to say. Let's look at GME. And GME is currently down about 1%, down to 184, down $1.80. Very spotty movement, only 5.5K worth of volume in Webull alone. And AMC is around 160,000 shares worth of volume in Webull. So that's where we're sitting. Not really the best spot. I do want to see what SOS is doing right now. SOS is currently, decreasing. Went all the way from 380 down to $3. So this is what I mean. Like if I wanted to offload my shares at that point, I wouldn't be able to because I have 2,000 shares. It's not as liquid. They wouldn't all get filled. It just wouldn't be a good situation. So like it just really sucks. Love this cat. Oh. Okay, man. They were just granted European and watch out there. Sorry, cry my eyes out. That's funny. Citadel made it public that their system yesterday called smart order routing / algorithmic trading. They basically put numbers in the computers that they know when and how, etc. Yeah, new traders run a disadvantage. Yeah, I would agree with you. That's why we always talk about that black box and figuring out whether you can beat that black box. And I mean, you really can't, so you shouldn't really battle against it. But in this case, we're fighting against it because we know that we're holding a position that everybody's sticking with. If we see, people start to lose hope and this doesn't go the way that they hope, then it doesn't end well for us. So tired. This is a link on how they are fudging the numbers. Are we able to see what you're seeing? All I see is a green screen. If that's on purpose, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, this is just my phone camera that I'm just, talking to you guys. If you wanted to go over to the Matthew Perry channel, you can see what you want to see and then comment over here because over there, it's members only. So if you're not a member, you can't comment over there. But if you are a member, you can. I don't know if my videos are just not being pushed out to people because I'm only getting Like, I think my highest concurrent viewers was like 650 in the past 2 weeks, which has been just crazy. That's so low. Like, I don't want to stop doing these streams, but you need a certain amount of people to make it, like, you know, necessary, because right now this will be um with the amount of views that I'm getting, it's basically going to be $10 that I gain from this stream, because there's only 300 concurrent viewers that are just, I guess, sticking around, which is really good. But that means that the overall view duration should be a lot higher. However, like, it's still not as many playbacks, not as many ad playbacks. I have to search for you every morning. You're not on the top list like usual. Yeah, see, I don't understand it. 100 plus thousand subscribers. Every time I get into a situation like this, like, I will start like this overall trend as to something really popular, getting into it, and then all of a sudden, fall off. Do it once a week if necessary. See, I want to stream with you guys. I mean, the whole purpose of people becoming, members is so that they can communicate in the chat. But we have 700 members, and we have an average viewership of like 400. Today it hasn't even gone over like 325, which is just ridiculous. Oh, that was my message about the green screen. I was up earlier than normal this morning. I searched your name, and I assumed you had not started this stream yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I start at 6. I start this stream at 6, and I start this one at 5. So yeah, I'm just trying to understand like how this is all functioning. So that's why, that's another reason why I would have a second stream, is to get an understanding as to what gets pushed more. Is it just me that's not getting pushed, or what? Because I started this like when I was doing stimulus checks videos and all that stuff where it was really popular. I was getting so many views on that, and then all of a sudden got pushed off, and view duration was up. It made no sense. View duration was up higher than it's ever been. Like to dislike ratio was higher than it's ever been. Like, there was never an issue, and just now all of the viewers are dropping down. I was just watching last night. I was watching JJ Buckner's video talking about how he's getting like no viewers now, and he doesn't know why. I mean, I'm checking my analytics, and my analytics look fine. It's just the only thing that's not looking fine is that less than 5% of you are actually getting notified. So I have 20% of people that are subscribed to me that have notifications on, but less than 5% of you actually get notified. Less than 5% of the people that are that have notifications on are getting notified. So let's say it's 20K people that are watching. That means that if it is 5%, yeah, I don't get notified either. Yeah, see, I don't understand. They're shorting your views. I guess it doesn't seem like they're like, I don't know. I don't know what this, like, limiting the amount of viewers or suppressing viewership for AMC. It doesn't seem like that's the case. It just seems like I'm not getting it. At the end of the day, all this stuff is rigged. Yeah, it seems that way. Probably they're probably paying YouTube to reroute your viewers to the dark pools. That's funny. Maybe before your time. I don't know. I don't know. I was getting in the beginning. I was getting so many. It just pisses me off. It really does, because it looks like a comfortable, like you can build something of more than a comfortable living. Because what I would like is something that's instead of just looking at like this being what my salary is, I want that to be basically double my salary so I can make up for both of them. You know, but that's not the case. Um, there's other forms or other factors of revenue, but ad revenue is the biggest portion. You put in your chat memberships only mode to it doesn't allow new viewers to speak and socialize with you. Actually, it's told in it's actually said in the the algorithm. It's more set for people to be members, because if you do members only, it limits the FUD, or it limits the spamming. So then you don't have a lot of issues with the chat, and then you also you're giving YouTube revenue, so they actually like that more than you opening up the chat. So that's that doesn't I understand where you're coming from, talking about new viewers and everything like that, but it's all based on what YouTube gets out of the deal. So YouTube seems to be pushing maybe a couple of people, maybe a few people, I guess, and even others that have like less subscribers are actually getting more viewers than I am, like a lot more viewers than I am, even though I've been doing this for 7 months, right? So usually I have your notifications from this channel and Twitch when I wake up every morning. On a rare occasion, I had to search you. Okay, so then some people are actually getting it. Every time I type your name, I get the one from 90210. So it makes it harder for me to find. Yeah, too many members. Only chats also. Yeah, see, that's not supposed to be a thing. YouTube actually pushes is more likely for you to. It's just like people that have ads on. If you have a channel that is pretty popular and then you don't put ads on it, YouTube will most likely not push your video because you're not generating any revenue for YouTube. So they're only going to push people that they can generate revenue for. I like your channel as I can ask questions and I have genuine concerns about whilst holding more money. I, I've never seen before. Other YouTubers have ignored them, and I guess they may seem negative. It, yeah, I mean, I try not to ignore anything, and I mean, I really can't, because we have a bunch of people that comment through here, and if it's members only, you really only have certain members and people that are moderators that can comment. So it limits the amount of people that are here, or limits the amount of people that can talk. So I can answer all the questions. YouTube will start playing people. I'm not even subscribed. Uh, Maybe you are just the most serious AMC YouTuber, and some people want to hear in the back of their mind about millions. And realistically speaking, free money just doesn't come that way. You're hard to find because when I search, the Friends Matthew Perry comes up. See, I thought that was changed because they actually put YouTube channels first. But what can you add in your show to get more viewers? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I can try and do clickbait titles, but that's probably to an extent to where you'll get a lot of dislikes. I could say AMC definitely going to 200 today, like, and then you'll bring in some people, but that's pretty much it. Like what I seen with stimulus checks, as I was putting out a lot of the like real information, telling people about what's happening and being realistic in the title and the thumbnail. You had a lot of people that would say, you know, stimulus check confirmed, even though it wasn't confirmed, or a stimulus check approved, or whatever, even though it didn't happen. And they would get like 300,000, 400,000 views from those videos, but they were getting all of the viewership and people were coming to them every single time. So no matter how many times I can call out and say that they're doing clickbait, it doesn't matter. Your crypto streams are also good. Thank you. Please don't click clickbait. Yeah, I don't want to do that. TMI also streams in your time. Yeah, well, the thing is I was getting like more. I was doing this way before everybody was doing this. Besides Brian Jung and JJ Buckner, I was doing this before everybody else that is doing this and actually getting more views than I'm getting. So that's the only thing that's really concerning. It makes it seem like they're pushing out the old and bringing in the new. Add the cooking element somehow. Put Carl in your thumbnails. It is the way. I remember you would get 1 to 2,000 viewers on average. Yeah, I mean there were times where I was sitting at about 4,000 views on average, sitting about where what's his name, Andrew Mo Money is at. I don't know where if he's there now, but that's where I used to be. Is about 3 to 4,000, and I would sit there, and it was okay. It was great. And then even recently, I think like 2 weeks ago, I was sitting at about 2,000 viewers, 3,000 viewers, um, and I was doing like 5 a.m. streams. But yeah, what if you did an hour stream post market um, during lunch when people wake up? So um, I guess maybe I can do something like that instead of doing like an hour or doing 3 hours at one time. I can literally do 3 different streams. It's just YouTube's not pushing my content anyway. So if they're not pushing my notifications, why should I care about notifications? I should just push out as much content as I possibly can. So I would think about doing that. The issue is that I work out during my lunch, so I go to the gym during my lunch, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But maybe I'll do it like, you know, an hour stream here, an hour stream there, an hour stream after hours. It's just so much to have to deal with that, even though I'm gonna post a video after hours, you know? Or maybe I can do 2 hours in the morning and then one hour at like 11 or something. I don't know. We'll see. I just hope this thing picks up because, like I said, right now it's really not showing that it's worth it because I'm getting like $10 for 2 hours that I put into it. You know what I mean? Like 2 hours should get me, I don't know, at least like $50 worth of views, but it's giving me very minimal views and it's kind of pissing me off. There's been a push to decompress AMC, uh, taking mental health day or week. To be honest, If Taylor back on the screen time. So yeah, and one thing that I'm noticing is hurting like JJ Buckner is the fact that he took a vacation. When you take a vacation and you don't post, that's why I posted on vacation. When you take a vacation and you don't post, YouTube will actually choose to push everybody else's content and not yours. So you'll be put on the back burner, even though you have 150 subscribers, 150,000 subscribers. You're not going to get it. Mac courses have had much less for these past weeks. Yeah, I realize that, but he's still getting 20,000, 28,000 viewers. That's more than what he had previously, looking at before it jumped to like 80,000 or whatever. He was getting, 14 to 18, and then now he's up at 28. But you still have other people that are getting, 3,000 viewers. And I don't know what is TMI getting like 2,000. I don't know where he's at. You have some other people that are getting 4,000, but it just pisses me off. You need to message YouTube and ask why your subscribers aren't getting notified. YouTube doesn't know that. I mean, they notify. I think they give out like one notification on a video. So if you do a video and post, like you post a stream and a video, they give out those notifications there, and then they won't give out a notification the next day. So I don't know. My peak viewership times are actually in the morning. So it seems like when everybody is online, it shows that a bunch of people are online in the morning. So around 6 to 12. No, it's so if 25K are watching at lunchtime and he goes and goes on break, right? Anybody else, it depends who they would get recommended to. So YouTube is not recommending my content. That's the issue. You're definitely my favorite morning show. Stock news, keep it up, man. Yeah, I'll keep trying to keep it up, but like I said, it's the viewership is freaking low. $9.17 is the perfect day for a $50 option. What do you think? Um, yeah, it doesn't sound bad. I mean, you're far out enough. $50. Yeah, I think I have options that I took out for like December. No, it's not a time thing with YouTube. YouTube, it's more of a watch thing. So if they watch you once, then you get recommended. But if they don't watch you, then you don't get recommended. And the problem is that if you don't get recommended, they don't watch you right from the start. So it's an issue. But Trey stopped his live streams and followers went to Matt Kors. In my opinion, you have a better grasp of the market than Kors and Trey. Um, I don't know. I mean, I feel like everybody has a great understanding of the market. Um, the thing that I really excel at, that I love to excel at, is risk management. Because I love day trading. I could tell you that there are some things that I really don't know, and I'm really starting to get an understanding of options. While they know about options, they've been trading options for a while. They've made money on options. They've put some of that money that they made on options back into AMC. And I haven't done that. So would I say that I know more than them? No, I wouldn't say that. Everybody knows a decent amount, and I feel like I gain a lot out of the day trading and swing trading side, which is not this. We're not looking to day trade and swing trade this. We're looking to diamond hand this and hold on to this as long as possible. Maybe have some options in there as well, gain some money from it, and then buy more so that you can hold it. So it's a little different. But I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. I really like TMI's content, but for whatever reason, his voice really bothers me. And I can only do small doses. I mean, for me, it's just the mask. Yeah, the mask is something that I can't. It sounds muffled. I can't deal with that sound. But I like the information that he gives. I've watched him a couple of times. I've watched the joint streams that he does, and it's always great information. Yeah, but it's just the mask for me. But that's the whole thing. Is did you buy more calls on AMC? Yes, I did. Did you grab some of that thing I told you about 2 days ago? If you did, you're loving me right now. I hope at least some. You got it. I don't remember what you're talking about. Probably. I would imagine I did. Maybe I didn't. I like Lou. Yeah, Lou's good. Didn't AMC open up red yesterday and explode after? Yes. Yes, it opened up red and then exploded. And I'm thinking we're going to see this increase today as well. But I have to stop streaming at 8:15. It's not like it really makes a difference if I went to 9 anyways, because I would have the same amount of freaking views. It seems like the playbacks haven't gone up in like an hour. And I mean, that just means that the same people are watching, which is great. I mean, it keeps, that's what YouTube wants to see. But, fucking Christ, this is just crazy. Yeah, like Andrew, Mo Money. You can tell he's trying, but I feel like he tries to sell to me, and he's trying too hard to please people. I mean, yeah, that's the whole point of YouTube, is to try and please people. I'm just saying, Matt, try streaming for an hour on your lunch break today or tomorrow. I'm gonna try if you see the viewership. If I do that, I will never work out. Like there's no possible chance in the day for me to work out. I mean, I could possibly do it in the morning. Maybe I can go at like 5 a.m. and then start streaming at 6, but then I wouldn't be able to stream on this channel. I just want to grow every channel that I have. If I can grow all avenues into something that can be pretty big, then I'll take it. Your stream is really good. It's not the content. My opinion is you need to do more networking with other guys. Get exposure to new apes. TMI is dying to stream with you, for instance. Yeah, I've heard him say that. Like I said, I'm not that person that just collabs with people. It takes too much time. I noticed that you get into a long-winded conversations, and it ends up taking too much, and then when you collab with somebody else on their channel, it takes away from your time in doing what you were doing, which takes away from your potential revenue. Even though you are getting exposure, which I've already had the exposure to those same people, it's just people that I fell off the radar of. So people that knew who I was, every time I pop up in like one of their streams and I say, hey, how are you doing? There's always like an influx of people that are like, oh, Matt's here and all that. I haven't seen him in a while. Are you still posting? And I'm just like, yes, you just haven't seen my content. So it's not really about just getting exposure to them. It's about them not getting recommended. So, or me not getting recommended to them. So I appreciate the super chat, by the way. That means a lot, because then that brings us back up to a level to where it's actually a reasonable stream. Because like I said, getting like 10,000 views or 20,000 views is okay. That's great. That's a perfect stream. I will be fine with that. But getting, 2,000 views is what it's showing for me right now, is ridiculous. That's like $10 or $20. But yes, I know what you mean. There are other people that I can collab with. I just don't ever like to, like, it's not a waste of time, but then again, it is, because it's like, when I have my conversation with my brother-in-law, it's something where I thought we could probably get through that. And with my mindset, I'm always trying to get through with it in a matter of like minutes, like trying to get through with it in like 30 minutes or 40 minutes. But in order to explain everything in full, you have to take 2 hours or so. And that's not what I like to do. I like to get all the information and get out. But a conversation, there's a two-way street there. So it's a difficult situation. The only thing I would like to network with is everybody to understand what the exit strategy is as we start to see higher and higher numbers. If you can get everybody on and literally have just an exit strategy conversation, that's always great, because I think where people are not understanding things is where they will make those moves out of there. You know what I mean? How they can possibly get out with the most money and the least amount of risk. That's the only thing I really want to collab with everybody on. But that's pretty much it. You don't look like an introvert guy. On camera, no, not even close. But if you meet me in person, there have been a few people that have met me in person, and I am trying to push away from that conversation as quick as possible. I'm not I'm not intentionally doing it. Like, I don't want to do it. I'm very appreciative of anybody that comes up to me and says, "Hey, I watch you. I appreciate your content, and I love it. I love it so much." But I feel out of place talking to people. Does that make sense? Like, it's not that I get nervous or anything. I just feel out of place. So then, I don't know. So I like meeting people that watch me, but it's just something where I just feel out of place sometimes. Like, I met somebody recently at a mall, and they were like, I watched you since you were making credit card videos, which is definitely a great look to it. I loved it because, one, they're an OG subscriber, not just worried about, AMC or investments. They like the credit card content, which I haven't done in a while. And it just makes me feel really good about that. But, I just don't know how to extend conversations, keep them going, because I'm always conditioned to shut them down very fast. Fraser Smith, thank you for sending that super chat. I appreciate it. I don't sit here and ask for super chats, but when you get to a certain level of viewership, that's what keeps me going, so that I can keep doing these streams. So, like I said, that brings me up to a level to where I feel comfortable about doing this stream. So thank you. Introvert, also totally get it. Yeah, I really don't seem like it on camera, but you can ask anybody that knows me, and that's just how I am. I think a little DMT can't fit. What's DMT? Speaking of stocks, right now AMC is currently down. It's down 1%, and you can also see that SOS is up 14%. Let's look at GME. Let's see where that is. GME is down about 0.65%. Diamond, thank you for the super sticker. You got a Doge there. I do need to get Emmy on stream. You're doing great work. And just say thank you and enjoy it, bro. You deserve it. Well, thank you so much. Everybody that sent in super chats or super stickers, I appreciate that a lot. That shows that, I mean, it's not saying that, you have to do that in order to support me, but sometimes when the viewership is down, um, it's always great to be able to, support the content creator because, I'm like I said, I'm looking at like lower views and it's discouraging, and that gesture right there just shows that you guys obviously care and want me to continue this, and not just get off this. You know what I mean? So thank you. You guys must be the face of the next big stock to blow. If you get out of your comfort zone uh, and do a few collabs, I see your channel growing. I definitely see that as well. AMC predictions. All right, so AMC right now is down. I'm thinking when we see this open up, we're going to see it retest. We still have about an hour and a half for this to make some moves. So we never really know if it's going to come back. But I do see this as something that's going to test that $40 mark. It might even test breaking 39. And that's where the low will end up being. If we end up seeing him coming back, then it might be a different story, but I'm going to stick with that. Also, what we're going to see is an increase probably to somewhere around, let me actually look at this. I can't freaking run with this mouse because it keeps skipping. We'll probably see it test some of these levels of like 43 if we end up seeing some positive movement, but we're not seeing a lot of volume. So I don't know if I'm actually thinking that we will see a full comeback. Maybe to 42. Yeah, that's probably what we will see. Is something of like $42. It'll test and break back to positive on the day, but then I'm thinking we're gonna see a close um a close that's slightly negative yet again. Somewhere around like flat, so somewhere around $40 and like let's say 43 cents. That's what I'm thinking. I imagine for the first 6 to 12 months of streaming are extremely difficult. Yeah, they are a little bit. You used to get 1K live views. Am I right? Yeah, it used to be 1,000 to 4,000 every single day. Your views are low because you tell the truth and not what people want to hear. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and just like start to get like really hype. I don't even know how to just act really hype and just like, oh yeah, AMC is going. I can't. I just can't do it. I can't. It's a calm, cool like demeanor. I couldn't even act hype. I really couldn't. It's not you. It's the dip that had the week's one bit. Well, even during the 24% increase, it was down. So, but I will stick to it. It shows that you guys really do support me. Um, and I'm not saying that you physically have to send super chats in any case. I don't want people to just sit here and think that they have to send money in any case. That's not the way that I feel. I just hate having, you know, days that are so down when you like depend on this as like that main side revenue. I know I have my full-time job, but I have main side revenue that I wanted to turn into something of a full-time job, but it's not giving me the viewership of, So I appreciate you guys so much. Brooklyn, thank you for the super chat. John, thank you for the super sticker as well. Question: What's the difference between converting to USD and converting to USDT? Converting to USD is literally just having cash. If you're in Coinbase, so that's actually cash in your account. So it's not a coin. I believe USDC or Fed coin or whatever they're going to have that. that's supposed to be a coin, but USD is something of just cash. USDT is Tether. So Tether translates to anything, and so does USD. If you have in Coinbase, you can buy any coin with USD. I was getting confused with that too because I actually bought into USDC, and that's not what I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy USD because there's USDC, which is United States dollar coin, I think, and USDT, which is Tether, and then there's USD, which is just cash. Don't get discouraged or lose confidence. You're doing great, and I think I speak for a lot of viewers here when I say look forward to your morning streams. That means a lot. Thank you, Jack. Arthur, thank you for the $20 super chat. Your content is the best in the morning by far. I appreciate that. That means the world to me. Thank you for saying that. Only guy at 6 a.m. for my morning jog. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being here. Without you guys, there's no me. See the viral video of Elon screaming, Daddy Doge to Mars. It's on their Twitter, and it's going viral. It's mooning hard. I'll have to check it out. I have not seen it. Was it something from the stream that they did? That big stream that they did with like Kathy Wood? Oh, these super chats. I mean, it's showing that a lot of people, support me. So I appreciate you guys so much. We are by far past that level of being comfortable with today's stream. So I really appreciate it. I mean, it means a lot. And I know I never ask for super chats. I never will ask for super chats, but it's just showing that you guys really do support me. So thank you. I'll send a super chat if I feel like it. And you'll take it. Thank you, Jack Harris. Thank you for the $10 super chat. That means the world. I understand, just like you get Matthew, Mr. Tom Perry. Daily prediction. Yeah. LWA, thank you for the super chat. Profit Hands, thanks for everything, Matt. Thank you. WandaVision shirt. Yes, that's what it's all about. It's about Marvel. I mean, I'm a huge MCU fan. Not really just Marvel. I would love to own some comics, but I'm not. I never read the comics. I've just followed the MCU. So I'm understanding more and more as days go on. Should I regret not selling at 70? Should you regret not selling at 70? No, I don't think you should. I mean, it's just a lesson. I think sometimes when you get into positions, I don't think selling like the full position at like 70 is ever, or at a certain point is ever a great point, because if you do that, then you give yourself no room for growth. After the fact, you want to look at the fact that you can grow. So if you have 100 shares, you sell 20, yes, you pocketed some, and if it does come back, you're good. But if it goes up, you're still able to gain on those 80 shares that you have left. I think that's always the play that you want to play. I didn't make that move either, but I did end up buying more as it did go low. What is up with all the notifications? Ridiculous. Check Daddy Doge Twitter. He said Daddy Doge to Mars twice. He's dropping cryptic hints about Daddy lately. Check Daddy Doge Twitter. I will have to. Yeah, go to Twitter. Let's see, I don't see anything. I don't see anything here. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong spot. Oh, when AMC Moons buy some comics and read them. Bird up there. Bird up there. AMC Moons find some comics and read them in your spare time on the beach. Yeah, I don't like the beach. We're going to the beach and we're going to beach. We're going to Delaware, I think, soon. But I will try and do as much as I can on those days because the problem is if you don't post, you don't get viewership. I don't know if I will stream. I think I'll just post. What's your favorite crypto? Not advice. My favorite crypto. I would say my favorite crypto is Compound. I did a video on it, um, and it has the volume behind it. It has it has less circulating supply. It has the hold time with it. It's sort of at a higher price. I would love to see it at a lower price just to get in a lot of positions, but it is something I truly do believe in. Compound is definitely that one. I would say follow up to that would be ICP at where the play is right now. I know that a lot of people will look into something like Ethereum or Dogecoin or Bitcoin or anything like that as like a bigger play, as something that's their favorite. But I would say that Compound is my favorite coin. It just moves so much because it has the volume and it has the lower supply. So that's where I stand. What's on CCIV long play? I was never really a fan of CCIV as a long play. I mean, obviously it has potential. The only reason I would say that is because I don't really look into long plays that don't pay me out a dividend. You know, that would be that would be my only issue, is that it has no dividend yield to it. But you can definitely see some growth potential with it, and if you see some news going into this or something big going into this to where you can actually have a year out, get some consistent growth. If I'm looking for consistent growth, I would go for like an ETF or something like that. But if I look at the history here, let's look at the 10,000 foot view. We look at the history here, we can see that, we're at some of these lows of 23, 21 or so, seeing those bounces off certain levels, and then making that way up to retest 27 or 29. I think as a short-term play, it could be good, something less than a year, but long-term, I don't know, it might retest 29 and then come back. And then by the time you get to that point, that might be, maybe a few months out, 6 months out or so. And maybe you'll come back, but you'll basically be at sort of the level you would have been at if you would have sold at this point. You could find that short-term bounce. That's what I'm looking at there. Have you ever been to Florida? Yes, I've been to Disney, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I've been to only a few states. I haven't been to a lot. I've been to Delaware. Well, I've been to New York. I've been to New Jersey. I've been to um, Florida, PA, obviously. I can't think of any other. I've been to other places, but I can't remember. I also went to Dominican Republic, but that's not a state. I've been to Maryland. Like those other places: South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. Yeah, that's there's probably more, but that's pretty much it. What about Chi-Town? I don't know what that is. Like Chicago? Are you a fan of The Sopranos? Which is, well, you know what's crazy? I'm a Saints fan. I've never been to New Orleans, so that's a place we need to go. You're a fan of The Sopranos? I think I've seen like a lot of episodes, but I don't remember any of them. Try to find any of the other spots from the show in New Jersey. No, I haven't. Um, I made suggestions to fantasy football streamer, and it helps his show. Intro theme song, uh, give viewers a nickname to feel like a community. Week review segments and props, guests, and week predictions. Yeah, I guess that's true. We could do something all of that nature. But I think we need to find some consistency with everything. I know this channel has 126K subscribers. Would like to grow some of the other channels, the reaction channels, and all that stuff, because I don't want to put everything on one place. Because one, you're not going to get your content pushed out as much if you have different content that people that some people will watch and some people won't. Did you say family? Yes, family. I like fantasy football. It's good, Fire King. What's going on, Robert and Fire King and everybody else? Yeah, so this stream is going to end soon because Dom Toretta. So this stream is going to end soon because I have a meeting at 8:30 and I need to get prepared for it. And typically I don't have a meeting this early. I don't know why I have a meeting this early, but I appreciate all you guys for coming through with like super chats and stuff, showing your support. You guys are amazing. It just means the world to me because I know, like I said, viewership is down for me quite a bit, and it would have been to a point to where this stream only generated like $10 or $20, and that's obviously like not enough for like 2 hours and 3 hours over here. Over on the MP Shorts channel, I'm not even monetized over there. So hopefully we can see something big here. Let's do a little bit of an update to see where things are before we head out. Just to break this thing down. Your regular channel doesn't show up at all. Like you type in Matthew Perry and it doesn't show up. If you click on my name on this channel and then you go to the banner in that channel, you're gonna see it says like main channel and it'll take you there. It should. Like I type in, go to YouTube first. I mean, maybe it'll come up for me because like I'm me. So if I type in Matthew Perry, it's the first thing that comes up. Yeah, if I type in Matthew Perry, my stream comes up and my channel. But then after a couple of videos comes like all the guy from Friends. But yeah, whatever. I get notified for MP Shorts, not the main channel. How is that possible? I post more videos over there. Anyways, guys, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me give you this update real quick. GME is currently at 185.81, or sorry, that's where it closed at. 184.01. It's down $1.80. About 1%, 1.97%. We're looking at about 6.2 thousand volume, 6.2, so 6.2K. And that's pretty much it for just GME. For AMC, we're about 0.5% down, 0.54% down 22 cents, which is at $40.56, which is not the best. We're seeing about 326K worth of volume in Webull alone. This is only Webull volume. I would imagine it's somewhere around 600 to 700K in total volume, which is basically 25% of what the volume was yesterday at this time. So anyways, hit that like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for coming through with, again, the super chats and, showing your support in every way that you can. I will continue to do this as much as I possibly can. I hope we can increase the viewerships. I don't want anybody to have to send super chats. This is the point of people becoming members to show, one, your support there, and creating this community. And I want this community to continue. So guys, thank you. Hopefully this goes really, really well. I hope we see something. It breaks 50. It goes to unbelievable numbers, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.